We live in an era in which the mind never stops. We open our eyes in the morning, and the first thing we do is check our phone. News, crises, problems, the future. And even before getting out of bed, we're already anxious. Then we spend the day trying to keep everything under control. And in the evening, when the body finally stops, the mind keeps running. We plan, we imagine, we fear, as if being able to predict everything could save us. Maybe you recognize yourself in this. Maybe you feel that constant tension, that need to know what will happen, where you'll be in 1, 2, 5 years, as if uncertainty were an enemy to fight. And yet Robert Greene, one of the most lucid and relentlessly honest observers of human nature, says something that goes against everything we've been taught. It's not uncertainty that destroys us, but our obsessive attempt to eliminate it. In this video, I want to guide you through a reflection that can truly change the way you live your fears. I'll explain why worrying too much doesn't protect you, doesn't make you stronger, doesn't prepare you for the future. And through Robert Greene's thinking, we'll understand how uncertainty, if understood, can become one of the greatest sources of freedom we have. Before we begin, though, let me know in the comments what worries you the most right now. That thought that simply won't leave you alone. I'll also try to give you my personal advice. Greene makes a fundamental distinction. There are two types of uncertainty that eat us alive from the inside. The first concerns ourselves, where we're going, what we're doing with our lives, the obsessive thought that we're wasting our time. The second concerns the world. Wars, economic crises, climate change, pandemics, the seemingly inevitable collapse of everything. Speaking first about the latter, Greene is brutally honest. He studies the world in depth, reads obsessively, analyzes historical trends and patterns, and his conclusion is that things don't seem to be going very well on a global level. He says it clearly, without sugarcoating it. But here's the interesting part. He says it's not worth thinking about it too much. It sounds contradictory, right? But there's a rock-solid logic behind it. You can control your thoughts. You can't control global geopolitics. You can decide what to do today. You can't decide whether in 10 years there will be a climate catastrophe or a world war. So obsessing over things completely outside your control is a slow, self-inflicted psychological death. When Russia invaded Ukraine, Greene received desperate emails from Ukrainians living in America. They felt powerless, crushed by guilt for being safe while their country was burning. What could they do? How could they stop feeling so awful? Greene's answer was simple but revolutionary. Do something. Anything. Organize people. Volunteer. Create an organization to inform Americans. Act. Do you see the shift? It's not ignoring the problem that improves things. It's not pretending it doesn't exist. It's transforming passive terror into concrete action, even small, even imperfect, but action. Because when you act, you feel like you're taking a real stand. Global warming terrifies you? Perfect, that's normal. But sitting there every day thinking about how screwed we are is useless. Channel that energy. Join something. Change your habits. Influence other people. Do your part, however small. Because the real poison isn't worry itself. It's inert worry, the kind that paralyzes you without pushing you to act. That's the deadly trap, because you end up stuck in a continuous loop of obsessive thoughts and cortisol with no way out. Now let's move to personal uncertainty, and here Greene completely overturns conventional wisdom. Our culture worships those who have a plan. The guy who knows exactly where he'll be in 5 years. The girl with a perfectly mapped out career roadmap. The entrepreneur with a business plan detailed all the way to 2030. Greene looks at them and thinks, what deadly boredom. Think about how radical this position is. We're constantly bombarded with the opposite messages. You must have clear, ambitious goals. You must visualize your future in minute detail. You must plan, organize, control. And Greene instead tells us that this obsessive anxiety for control makes our lives not only unbearable, but also boring. Life with a bit of uncertainty is fun. It's exciting. It's the spice that makes everything interesting. It's mystery. It's possibility. It's truly being alive, not just existing on a predetermined track. Greene himself doesn't know where he'll be in 2 years. He might be dead, he says without drama. Or he might write another book. He doesn't know which one, and he doesn't want to know. If he planned everything, if he tried to make everything certain, he wouldn't be able to live. He wouldn't enjoy anything. Stop for a second on this. One of the world's best-selling authors, someone who has influenced millions of people, admits he doesn't have a precise plan. And not only does he admit it, he celebrates it as the healthiest thing to do. But this makes sense when you know his story. Greene wandered for years without direction. He studied ancient Greek, a completely impractical choice. He drifted around Europe doing random jobs, hotels in Paris, teaching in Spain, construction sites in Greece, 7th century television in London. He felt lost. He felt like a failure. He was depressed. But that very uncertainty, that apparent chaos, was forging him. He was collecting experiences, developing skills, seeing different sides of human life. When he finally wrote The 48 Laws of Power at nearly 50 years old, he had a depth that no rigid plan could ever have given him. If at 20 he had chosen a safe path, a stable job, a predictable career, he would never have become Robert Greene. He would have become someone no one remembers. But Greene isn't one of those madmen who tells you to throw away all responsibility and live in a hippie commune. He acknowledges that too much uncertainty is paralyzing. If you have absolutely no idea where you're going, if every day is total chaos, you build nothing. You go in circles, you get lost. So the answer isn't absolute certainty versus absolute uncertainty. It's the dance between the two. You must have a sense of direction without rigidity. You must roughly know where you want to go without mapping out every single step. You don't take a job thinking you'll stay there for 10 years just for financial security, but you also don't roll the dice every morning to decide what to do. You have direction, but you're open. You have intention, but not obsessive attachment to a specific outcome. Greene applies this to his daily work as well. When he writes, feeling a bit uncertain about what he'll write the next day is positive. It keeps creativity alive. But having absolutely no idea what to write is a problem. So every day he creates that mix. Every single day. Now I'll tell you an uncomfortable truth. The certainty we desperately seek has never existed. Our grandparents thought they had it. Stable jobs, guaranteed pensions, paid-off homes. Then the world changed, factories closed, pensions evaporated. Certainties revealed themselves as illusions. Experts in the 1990s were certain the internet was a passing fad. Bankers in 2007 were certain real estate markets were solid. Everyone in 2019 was certain the world would continue as usual. Then a pandemic arrived, and in 3 months, everything changed. The future has always been foggy. The only difference is that now we know it. And that awareness, as uncomfortable as it is a gift. Because when you stop chasing impossible certainty, you can invest energy in real things, real skills, authentic relationships, creating something that has value regardless of how the world turns. Greene describes uncertainty as mystery, as spice, as excitement. It's not a threat to eliminate. It's a space of possibility to explore. Think about the best moments of your life. How many of them were planned down to the smallest detail? That person you met by chance who changed everything. That opportunity you weren't looking for. That experience that wasn't in the plan but transformed you. Almost everything that truly matters emerges from uncertainty, not certainty. Certainty gives you security. Uncertainty gives you life. This doesn't mean throwing yourself into total chaos. It means finding that delicate dance, having direction without rigidity, knowing roughly where you want to go, but being flexible about how you get there. Like driving at night. You only see the next 30 meters, but you keep moving forward. You don't need to see the whole road to start. Greene suggests looking to his books, especially Mastery and Law number 13 of the Laws of Human Nature, to go deeper into how to create this dance. But the principle can be applied immediately, today. Identify what you can control and what you can't. Make peace with the latter. If something worries you and you can act. Otherwise, let it go. Not in the sense of not caring, but in the sense of not letting it consume you. Embrace a bit of mystery in your life. Don't plan everything. Leave room for surprises. When everything is mapped out, when every hour is scheduled, when every year is predicted, are you living or are you just executing a program? Find your direction but maintain flexibility. Some days you'll have more certainty, others more openness. Both are fine. That's the dance. We can say that in summary, the real trick Greene offers is this: transform anxiety into action. Any anxiety, the world is falling apart? Find a way, even a tiny one, to help improve it. Your future is uncertain? Take one step today that moves you closer to where you want to be, even if you don't know exactly where that is. Action is the antidote to existential terror, not positive thinking, not visualization, not planning or affirmations. Concrete action, imperfect, small, but real. Greene himself, after a stroke that could have killed him, continues to write without knowing what comes next. In his 70s, he still lives in uncertainty, and he doesn't just survive. He thrives, he creates, he influences, because he has understood something most people don't. Certainty is boring and unreal. Uncertainty is real life. And when you stop fighting it, when you start dancing with it, everything changes. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to know exactly where you'll be in 5 years. You don't need to control everything. You just need a rough direction and the courage to take the next step, even if you can't see the entire staircase. I hope I've been able to convey the message of this great author I deeply admire as clearly as possible. Let me know in the comments what you think and whether you agree. Think about your biggest worry right now and also think about what you can do today to transform it from a passive burden into concrete action. Comment below. If you've made it this far, thank you for your attention. And if you enjoyed the video, I ask you to subscribe to the channel to support my work. See you next time.